Well, I tried to wait for a while for the rain to let up, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So, looks like it's going to be another wet day. Stayed in a historic farmhouse last night. Had it to myself. It was nice. It was quaint. But today looks like there's going to be a mix of gravel road riding, which you know I'm a huge fan of, coupled with this rain and cold temperature. It's going to make for another lovely day. I don't know. Got some serious decisions to make here as to how long I can keep doing this. A lot of soul searching last night. Gonna wait and see how today plays out. Got about a 65-mile day to get to the next little town. But yeah, we'll see what today brings. Well, the good news is the rain has let up. The bad news is that I have been routed on yet again another gravel road, and it's so sloppy that I'm burning up more energy riding the bike than walking it, because the back tire's like caught in quicksand. So I've got about a 2-mile road here, and then I get onto a paved road for a small segment, and then it wants me to be on another gravel road for 8 miles. And so I'm gonna look and see if I can adjust the route and stay on a road so that I can ride, because this will just take forever on gravel. Well, I found pavement, which is good. Lots of farms out here. I think one of the most popular crops in Iowa is wind. I can attest that this year is going to have a bumper crop. Bike through a lot of wind farms, and those suckers are always spinning. I don't think President Trump knows how windy parts of our country are, but anyhow, I'm just happy to be back on pavement. It's taken me a long while to just cover the roughly 10-11 miles I've done today because of the gravel. It's telling me to get off onto another gravel road up here in about a mile, but I'm going to start looking at some maps and seeing if I can find another route, because I'd rather bike an additional 5 or 10 miles on pavement than the shorter route on the mud. And it looks like it might rain some more yet, so I got that going for me. Well, today was a mixed bag. Didn't get a lot of footage from the road, partly because it was rainy and partly because I just was too tired to shoot footage, and there was a lot going through my mind. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska now,
And I gave myself about 1 week, basically the time cycling through Iowa, to kind of recommit and resolve to finish this journey out. And there were a lot of things telling me that it just wasn't going to happen. Obviously, the weather hasn't been cooperating. It's been wet, windy, and cold, and that takes a little bit out of you. And then, another thing about this journey as compared to my Appalachian Trail is I found a partner that I hiked the Appalachian Trail with, and it really makes a huge difference to have somebody to commiserate with, to enjoy the beauty, to strategize on what you're going to do, and I didn't even realize how important that was. Even though Dash and I, my partner on the much of the Appalachian Trail, didn't hike together and we wouldn't see each other for big parts of the day, we would always end up in the same spot and be able to talk about what we experienced and where things were going. And that meant a lot. It rejuvenates you. It gives you some connection to other people. And I found on this trip, I spent basically every minute from about 6:30, 6:45 is when I'd start cycling. And I would bike for 7 hours a day, maybe take a little break in there somewhere for a fueling thing, but I wouldn't stop for lunch, anything like that. And then when I'd get to the end of the day, I'd have a lot of kind of chores that you got to take care of to get ready, logistics for the next day, eat. Sometimes you're doing laundry, making the videos, things like that. And so your day is pretty chewed up. And then you go to sleep, wake up. I typically get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and do the whole thing over. And the grind, it's been over 30 days now, has worn me down. And I did have that respite, that brief period where I had some buddies cycling with me. That made a tremendous difference psychologically. But the weather, my body, things like that has brought me to the point where I've decided to stop this campaign across the country. Certainly for the time being. It's hard for me to admit defeat because that's not something that I typically like to do. But I told myself if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to soldier on. And someday I'll maybe tell you more about the actual intensity of the wind and what that meant, and then what was actually forecasted to be hitting me in Nebraska and Wyoming. Lessons learned: you do not want to bike westerly, certainly in the springtime when the winds are as potent as they are right now and the rain is the way it is. That's a lesson learned. The second lesson is I don't think this Great American Rail Trail is ready for prime time. I know other folks have cycled it, but there's just a lot of trail, as I tried to depict on the video, that just was a mess. It's not maintained. It's not, it's not even gravel. It's just a swamp. And it's difficult, certainly in the springtime, to get through there, which is maybe why most people attempt this type of endeavor later into the summer when things are dried out a little bit. I'm glad I went on the experience. I got close to 2,000 miles in, including the lead-in. Bike was fantastic, other than the flat tire and the persistent leaking. But I'm looking forward to going home. So today I turned my bike over to a gentleman at a bike shop who's packaging it up and sending it home, and hopefully this time tomorrow I'll be back home with family and loved ones. So for the few of you who've been following along, thank you very much. I'm sorry that it's ending this way, but I think it's the right decision for me at this point in time. So we won't see what tomorrow brings on the trail.